Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I am New Diamonds here with the Leo season energy reading. And yes, let's jump right on into it, okay? This is all about vibrancy, vitality, that electricity, that heart, that sun, that fire, that flame, that desire, okay? This is all about letting that inner lion roar, that inner lioness roar. And how are you tapping into your confidence? How are you speaking with confidence and acting on that at this time? Okay, so before we jump in, we're gonna burn some Palo Santo and get the vibes right. Okay. Again, I hope everyone out there is doing well. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. Um, but yeah, this is all about that fire and desire, following your passions, following your desires, your heart's desires. What is spirit calling you to do? Okay. This is about following that, listening to that, and also letting your inner child come out to play. Okay. We having a little fun today. And yeah, this is all about enlightening yourself, enlightening the tribe, right? Shout out to Soul Tribe. And letting that inner spark guide you and ignite your passions at this time. Also, this is a very passionate time, okay? As you know, it's Leo season. So happy birthday, Leos. I hope everyone out there is just feeling this beautiful, vibrant energy. When it comes to following your heart and your heart's desires. Okay, so now we didn't cleanse everything out. We didn't got the energy right, got everything set. Let's jump into the notes. Okay, I got a lot of channeled messages for this energy. And it's just all about tapping into your heart's desires. I was literally the first thing that I got from my notes was, what are your heart's desires, right? And how are you tapping into that at this time? Okay, what are you pouring into yourself? What investments have you made? And getting a full return on those investments as well. Okay, and your heart's desire is coming true, as Leo is that fixed fire sign, and it's all about, the willpower, right? That sun, right? That power, that life force vitality, right? And that corona, that crown, right? As the corona is the sun, our crowns, right? The lion's mane, right? So, how are you enlightening yourself and wearing your crown and protecting your crown as well? Okay. Also said this is a time of manifestation, huge manifestation as that willpower, right? We are in this realm of free will, and it's all about how you are um, tapping into that power and using that power for good, using that energy for good, as everything is energy, but it's about how you're using that energy and how you're tapping into that energy at this time and what your intentions are. So be sure to stay centered in your heart, right? As that's the ruler of Leo as well, the heart, right? That heart space, your chest, and what you hold near and dear to your heart, as this is a time to really open up your heart as well. So don't be afraid, okay? We didn't learn from the past lessons, we didn't elevate it, we didn't grow. And this is a time where we can open up to ourselves, open up to community. Shout out to Soul Tribe again, shout out to the collective, the conscious community, spiritual community, master teachers, angels of light, and our spirit guides, as it is a collective thing, right? As we grow and we learn and we elevate throughout all of these experiences. And it's been a beautiful journey. Okay. I also said this is a time of ascension, huge ascension symptoms, cycles, purging, initiations. Okay, we just had that huge solar flare. It literally looked like the Kundalini rising. It looked like a dragon. It was enormous. We've been having the Schumann resonance. It spiked today. Okay, I woke up at like 4:44. All right. So if you aren't able to rest, if you're extra tired, if you are just feeling a little different than normal, Just ground yourself, breathe. It's okay. You're not the only one going through this, as we are all ascending at this time. This is all a part of the process, ascension protocol, and it looks different for everyone, right? So you may feel tired, you may feel groggy, you may feel irritated. Things may come up to be purged. You may have headaches, right? You may feel flu-like symptoms, right? As this is all of that DNA structure reconstructing and purging things that no longer resonate with your DNA, with your atoms, with your biology. And also on the flip side, okay, you could feel really blissful. You could feel really energetic. You could feel ungrounded, right? Just feeling really good and like full body chills and like I said, Kundalini activation. So this is really a great time to just stay grounded. And by grounded, I mean getting outside, putting those bare soles of those feet on the ground, on the grass, hugging trees, getting out in nature if you can, doing things to nurture your inner child at this time, as that's a great sense of connecting with the creator. And you are a co-creator. We are co-creators and we are master manifestors. And this is a time where we fully tap into our power at this time. Okay. I also said love, right? As this is a great time of love. I kind of broke down this energy in my last reading, where it's just this huge ascension. And with ascension comes love, comes divine love, comes divine union and self-love as well, right? And tapping into your heart center, tapping into your heart space and doing what you love. Love isn't always just sexual. Love isn't always just romantic, right? We have a love of things. We have a love of people. We have a love of family members and friends and um, children, right? Loving your inner child, right? And getting in tune with that and loving yourself, all shades, all facets, all sides, no matter what that looks like, right? Being authentically yourself and expressing that and loving that, okay? Because it's been a long journey and I feel like we finally come to the point where we elevate it, all right? And this is an elevation in love, an elevated love cycle as well, okay? Also with that love comes abundance, right? And abundance isn't always money, right? There's an abundance of love, an abundance of opportunities, an abundance of energy, right? So abundance and energy is a currency, it's a frequency that we can all tap into when we stay in that frequency of gratitude, stay in that energy of gratitude and being optimistic and being open to the divine, also surrendering, right? Surrendering to the abundance, no matter what that may look like, and being very intentional about your actions and your desires at this time, as that's how you will in and pull in this energy. Okay. Yeah, and I said abundance in all ways. It's going to be a very abundant time as the sun is home, right? Leo rules the sun. The sun rules Leo. So Leo is home here. So this is all about that expansion of the heart, expansion of abundance, things being focused, things being highlighted, things being exposed, things being center stage, right? And this could be a time of influencers, huge influencers at this time, content creators, just the creative aspect, that artist aspect really blooming and blossoming at this time as Leo rules that creative rulership, right? The creative ruler, right? So this is a time where that energy will be enhanced. And with the creative rulership, like I said, going back to that love, this will be a time of a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships, a lot of children are born, okay? That act of creation, right? So being highly sexually charged, highly stimulated, highly energetic, just due to that fire and that desire and also with that fire and that desire comes purging, comes releasing. So releasing old relationships, releasing old partnerships, releasing old friendships, releasing old things that no longer resonate with you, as this is all a part of that ascension protocol that we are all going through at this time. Okay. Um, and basking in that energy, right? No matter what it looks like, just really sitting with it and being open to it, as this is a portal of love. And this is where divine love pours into us, right? And the divine doesn't want us to rush things. The divine really wants us to sit in this energy and bask in this energy. And I kind of got the whole visual of when we're upset, like we'll go off, like we'll go off in a tangent, right? Don't make me mad, right? Don't get me started, right? And that's that rah, that dungeon dragon energy, right? We love to release that energy. But for some people on their healing journey, they still have a hard time sitting in divine love, sitting in divine bliss, sitting in that pleasure, and knowing that we are deserving of that pleasure. And I may just be speaking for myself, but holla if you hear me down in the chat. Okay, as we are on this journey of self love and loving ourselves, we have to honor ourselves and know that it's okay to show ourselves love and enjoy pleasure and enjoy fun and enjoy the better things in life because we deserve it, right? I feel like some of us are so disciplined, so strict that we forget to have fun, right? So this is the time to enjoy, have fun, be in bliss and let that inner child come out to play. The inner child wants to come out and play. So let it. That's why I did something a little different today, right? Let my inner child come out to play because she was speaking to me this Friday. She was speaking to me lately, and let that inner child be spoken. It wants to be heard. It wants attention, right? Also going back into that Leo energy, right? Children love attention. We love attention. And Leos love attention. Okay, I know they don't want to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it today. Who don't love good affection and love and attention and energy, right? It's all of these signs dwell within all of us, right? We all have Leo in our charts. We all make up all of the signs, all of the zodiac, all of the astrology alignments within ourselves, and that this Leo energy most definitely be highlighted in all of us during this time. So this is about giving that attention to yourself. And some people like to say all attention and good attention. And some people like to say all publicity is good publicity. So it's all about how you're looking at it from the different sides of the spectrum, but just being open to different perspectives and perceptions of attention, right? I want to have good attention. I don't want to be receiving good attention. I don't want to have negative attention drawn to me. I don't care what type of publicity it is, but at the same time, it is what it is. We are in this realm of polarity. So just be mindful and always set positive, good intentions and think before you act, as we are always trying to master ourselves and be our authentic selves and have emotional intelligence as we move through these different energetic shifts at this time. Okay. Um, I also said prosperity. Okay, there's going to be this sense of, like I said, going back to that abundance energy. There's a lot of prosperity in all things, abundance in all things, joy in all things. And it's also this, I kept getting like this soulmate energy. So you have a lot of soulmates that enter in your auric field at this time, enter in your energy space, whether this be on the internet, whether this be physically. There's going to be a lot of things coming to us at this time, so just be mindful, like I said, be discerning, um, and always set the best intentions at this time as we're not allowing no energy vampires. We're not allowing no energy vampires, no hyenas, right? In our auric field, right? In our energy. We are very mindful and we've been there, done that. Okay, we only want the highest vibration and things are going to help us for the highest good and not a sense of um using or manipulating. It's just we know our value, right? And we're not going to dim our light for anyone, and we're also going to protect our energy and protect our minds and protect our peace at this time. So if that means putting up boundaries with someone, so be it. Okay, don't be afraid to shine your light at this time, and don't be afraid to speak your peace, as these are things that's going to continue to set you free and set your heart free at this time. All right, but there will be a lot of soulmates, a lot of community aspects coming in, and I'll break that down on the astro chart because it's all in the chart. Okay, but these were just notes and intuitive messages that I got. Okay. So yeah, soulmates in all ways and all forms. Recognition. So, like I said, shining your light because people see you, right? People hear you, people love you, as we are all reflections of one another. And it's all about what frequency you're resonating at to draw in and pull in that energy. So continue to operate from your highest light. You will start to draw in people on that same frequency at this time. Okay. And stay focused. Oh yeah, I'm glad I put that. Stay focused, remain focused. Don't let anything distract you, anything take you off your path, off your journey. And even if you do, it's okay because you're always going to get a course correction, right? I feel like that's what those past cycles, these past things have been about, was about us getting to know who we are, getting in tune with who we are, so we can stay focused on this journey. Sometimes we take detours, sometimes we hit roadblocks, sometimes we hit obstacles, but it's all about getting back centered in our path and making that path clear so we can have an open field to go wherever we're headed at this time. Okay. Um, Also tapping into courage, right? Being courageous, being those spiritual warriors, those spiritual lit leaders that we are, and tapping into our inner strength, right? So, and strength looks different for everyone, right? Strength is physical, right? Strength is spiritual, strength is mental, strength is sexual, right? And it's a whole lot of other different ways to have strength. Strength isn't just one dimensional type of thing. It's a multi-dimensional layer to strength. As we are multi-dimensional beings, we have multiple layers to us, and it's all about tapping into those inner layers so that we get to know who we are. And this is going to be a time where we're going to have to dig deep, right? And really tap into that inner strength at this time. Okay. Um, so yeah, this is really a great time to just be centered in your heart and mastering that. And what does that look like for you, right? Really sitting in that heart space, right? And seeing what's there, right? Are there some things you need to release? Is there some things you need to open up to, right? Are you really elevating and growing and opening up your heart? Do you know what your true heart's desires are, right? Are you in tune with what your inner child's desires are? Do you know what makes your inner child happy? Okay, tapping into that divine nourishment and that soul nourishment at this time. What makes your soul happy? Do that. Okay. What makes your spirit smile? What makes your heart smile? Okay. Do that from a lower and a higher aspect, right? As we are, like I said, we're multidimensional and isn't always about love and light, right? We have to do the shadow work and sometimes fight off these negative lower vibrations or merge with them or alchemize them. But you have to get to the root of that. Okay. All right. I also put lion. And when I put lion, okay, it gave me like this trickster, manipulative energy. So, because a lion likes to roar, right? A lion likes to be loud, right? But there is that polarity of the lion, right? Not being lazy, not lying, right? You lying, you telling a story. That's a lie, right? You are not the father, okay? You're lying. All right. So just really tapping into that energy and being very discerning as I'm getting a sense of like the media, politics, all of these things, there will be a sense of distractions and lies and trickster energy, jokester energy that comes out during this time. So just be mindful of that. Um, okay, and I also got the eight, right? Eight was a big energy. Give me a second. We tapped in today. Okay, but eight popped up as eight in tarot is a strength card. Also, this is the eighth month. 8 and 5 popped up because it's the fifth sign in the zodiac, but it's also the 8 month, right? So during this 8 portal is going to be tremendous changes and growth and opportunities and just a lot of different things that happen during this 8 portal. A lot of upgrades, a lot of ascension. A lot of energetic shifts and also breaking through a lot of old karmic loops as we are tapping into this new higher um cycle, right? This new upgraded sense of self. So just be mindful of that. Also tapping into your build and destroy energy is 8, is that build and destroy, right? It's all about what you want to create, right? With that infinite sign, that infinity sign with the most high, the divine. It's all about what reality you want to create. You can will that into this existence with action. So be mindful of that at this time. Okay. Um, I'm going over my notes. I said everything already. Oh yeah, also I said this is a middle point. My ears are ringing. This is a middle point of an ascension process for the collective. Okay. And I say that because Leo is in the middle of this summer solstice, right? And so this is like a huge, like, transitional point for the collective and for people. Okay. So a lot of us are coming out of a old 7-year cycle. We're closing that, and we're in the middle of like this transitional 3-year cycle, which is going to continue on for another 3 to 4 years. And we're also tapping in to a new 7-year cycle. Okay, so we're literally like in 3 simultaneous portals, cycles, timelines, all at the same time. Um, and it's like we're after this is done, we're going to be collapsing that, right? We're like collapsing the timelines and collapsing the energy right now. That's why a lot of us quantum leaped, and we're seeing a lot of things that we worked so hard for. I'm getting 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, all happening right now. Like it's like everything that you've been working so hard for, every goal, everything that you've been building up, everything that you've been investing in is all happening right now. Okay. If this message resonates with you, you've been seeing opportunity after opportunity, gift after gift, old prophecies that you made coming true, old goals that you had set for yourself, they're all coming true right now, or you're in the midst of that transition happening right now. So get ready to see your wildest dreams become a reality. Okay. I shaded that. Um, So yeah, and oh, okay, and that's this 8-8 portal. So the 8-8 portal is going to be a huge gate that we enter in a new higher timeline. We're already transitioning into that right now. That's why we've been releasing a lot of things. Okay, for people who have been letting go, surrendering, purging, not knowing why these things are happening, we are releasing to go to this higher timeline with a clean slate, a blank canvas. Okay. Um, so be ready for a very powerful time, um, because this will be a very powerful time. Okay. And the sun, like I said, there's going to be more solar flares. There's going to be more spikes in the Schumann resonance, as this is the earth and the sun and the cosmos coming together and communicating. And we are those star seeds, right? So it's like a sacred dance within the cosmos, a sacred dance within um, the universe, the omniverse, and we get to watch it. We get to be a part of it. I'm getting the sense of the it's like a ball, it's like a celebration, and we're all in this big like dance, like flash mob energy, right? We're all dancing in unison, and the mother earth is the ground and the sun is the music, and we get to enjoy this beautiful rhythmic dance with the divine at this time. So enjoy it and embrace it. Okay. Also going back to that purification energy, I feel like I kind of went over that. So just be open. Okay. Don't fight things. Go with the flow. as this is all a part of divine intervention. And this is all necessary for growth. This is all part of the process. This is called alchemy. Okay. So we're alchemizing the DNA, we're alchemizing your environment, we're alchemizing your aura and cleansing your aura and cleansing you so you can be elevated for this ascension process. As the earth is ascending, the universe is ascending, and we are ascending. It's a collective thing, it's a galactic thing. Okay. Whew. All right. The message is pouring in. I feel the channel. All praises due to the Most High. Thank you. Um, all right. And then I started to deep dive into some of my books and just get a few messages from there. So this is all about self production, self producing. So what are you producing at this time, right? The fruits of your labor, right? As harvest season is right around the corner, fall season is right around the corner. So what investments have you made? What seeds have you planted? If you're in divine alignment, you're already starting to see things sprout, seeing things bloom. Ooh, my solar plexus is going off right now. So this is all about seeing the benefits from that harvest, from that investment at this time, okay? And just being observant and sitting back and watching as these fruits start to bloom, right? The harvest is harvesting at this time, okay? Shout out to Soul Tribe. If like I said, if this message is resonating, you already been seeing a little peek at your harvest, all right? A little peek at the peak, a peek at the mountaintop, right? Because we climbed the mountain already, right? And now this is the come down, right? As you went to the top, what's next? What's next on that goal? What else are you producing, right? We made the list, we checking it twice, we checked it off, right? So what's next? Okay. Also goes back to self-awareness, right? Being self-conscious. And self-conscious can go two ways, right? Being self-conscious, right? Tapping into that confidence, right? You don't feel really confident. You might feel insecure, right? That's on the opposite spectrum. So pour more into yourself, pour more into that self-love, and then being self-conscious, being self-aware, being conscious of self, right? And being, like I said, intentional about what it is that you're doing. That way you aren't doing anything, right? I want to plant the right seeds. I want to be intentional with everything that I'm doing. So that way I can have the best optimal return on my investment, ROI. Okay. ROI, that's what it's about. Making an investment and getting the most out of it, right? Returning tenfold. Or return 1,000-fold. Shout out to Dr. Be Serious. That's what he likes to say. Whenever you make a purchase, whenever you invest in something, say return 1,000-fold. Okay. And that's also about that self-love and that self-value. All right. As whenever we make investments in ourselves, they are priceless, right? So those experiences are priceless, as those are learning experiences. That knowledge turns to wisdom, right? And that wisdom is forever lasting and ever growing, ever changing, just as we are. Okay. Um, Also about taking action. I kept getting like this center stage energy, as like I said, going back to that attention and the focus. So this will be a time where we rise higher, right? Things are put on a different platform. You will be put on a pedestal by people who admire you and admire your work and value you. Okay, tapping into those unique values. Your unique values will help you ascend to a higher plane and a higher level, where you will be center stage, right? Whatever it is that you do. I'm seeing someone like singing opera, they're on a stage, and opera isn't for everyone, but for people who enjoy that's everything to them, right? So that's a unique value that you have, that you poured into yourself, or you pour into that community, that helps that community grow and helps that community elevate. But I'm also getting a sense of like creators, people shining their light, celebrities, superstars, right? As the sun is a star, right? So this is a time where those stars will be shining brighter than ever. Superstars will be made, and superpowers being ignited at this time. Okay. Um, and expressing that at this time, right? Because you could be a superstar all you want, but if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not putting the the work in physically, like being the boots on the ground, going to local events, tapping in with your community, That's one layer, right? And then you also could tap in online in network, social media, and tap in on that aspect. That's a whole nother layer. So it's multi levels to this ascension and this divine expression and expressing yourself. Make sure that you are doing that in the most beautiful, benevolent way. I don't know why I'm getting like coffee, like expression, espresso. That's what I heard. So, like I said, a very highly energetic time, as we are all reflections of the divine. Okay. All right now. Um, I also got the Big Bear constellation, as Leo sits next to the Big Bear constellation, and the Big Bear constellation has the Big Dipper in it. And the Big Dipper really governs the way that the seasons turn, right? This is one reason why I got into astrology and astronomy, due to how our ancestors used to navigate using the stars, right? So I wanted to tap into that because I'm like, wow, they didn't have GPS, they didn't have maps, they used the stars, especially on those ocean waters. Like our ancestors were a whole nother different type of beast, a whole nother different type of animal. They had some big balls to go out in this pitch black sea and navigate without anything but just using the stars and using, guidance from themselves and the most high. So I'm like, I want to tap into that. And that's what got me into astrology, learning how to navigate with the stars and the sun and the moon, and really watching the cycles as they change and watching the patterns of things and watching the circles, right? Because circle is a pattern, is a cycle, right? And that is what we are tapping into to know ourselves, right? As we all have our own cycles, we all have our own patterns. Everything has a season, right? And I feel like this is a season of abundance at this time, a season of love at this time. And the more you do that inner work, the more you research, the more you learn, the more you teach, the more you grow, the more you know. Okay. And a wise man said, you can never know everything, right? So and that's just basically saying, if you think you know everything, you really don't know nothing at all. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to learn. There's always so much more to learn. Learning something every day is a beautiful thing. Okay. All right. Um, oh yeah, this will also be, like I said, learning. This will be a time of a huge awakening, a huge spiritual awakening. We're already watching this right now. Um, the conscious collective rising at this time. Hold on, y'all. So, in incoming calls, right? The conscious collective is calling right now, right? And it's a calling that comes from within, right? So this is all about listening to that inner call, as you may be called to have a spiritual awakening, right? You may be called to study something. You may be called to just tap into something that's been, calling you for a while your inner child, right? These inner desires, that inner fire, that inner passion, a person may be calling you. Okay. This could be, I don't know. This is a season of unexpected abundance, unexpected things, and unexpected divine union. So just be open to the call at this time. All right. Um, Also, with consciousness, with elevation, with awakening, with spirituality, with religion, with mastering your business, with work, with anything, always comes a sacrifice. Okay. And that is law. That is cosmic law. For every action, it's a reaction. That dharma, that karma, right? So just be mindful of things that you have sacrificed, and things that you have grown and learned from at this time, as we all had to sacrifice something to be here. We all had to go through something to be here, and just giving gratitude that you're still here. All right. But if there's something that you want, just know that there's going to be something that you may have to sacrifice. Let's say, for instance, I want to lose 10 pounds, right? This is just an example. I'm going to have to sacrifice something, right? Whether that be my time, right, to get up to work out, whether that be something sweet, right? If I'm eating too much sweets or changing my diet, something's going to have to be sacrificed for that outcome, for that elevation, for that goal that I'm trying to reach, right? You want to climb the top of that mountain? Well, you're going to have to make that sacrifice to do it. You're going to have to get up earlier. You're going to have to climb. You're going to have to elevate, do whatever is necessary to reach that goal. All right. Sacrificing time. It's a whole lot of sacrifice when it comes to elevation and ascension. And that could be good or bad, right? You want to elevate and go to the next level. Well, you may have to sacrifice them old people that's weighing you down. You may have to sacrifice things that are holding you back. So this is all about getting in tune with that and knowing that it's a law to sacrifice as well. And it's a whole nother layer to the whole sacrifice thing. But I'll leave that to my high priestesses and my high priest, to my voodoo, to my Oya, to my Yoruba, to my all of those, those people who master in that, right? As there is a sense of sacrifice. Okay. So yeah. And like I said, I'm open to it all, as I am divinely protected and divinely guided. So always operate from your highest self and never operate out of fear. That is that courageous energy. That is that inner strength, right? Um, yeah. And I love that. So I'll be writing some funny notes in here, but one of the things that I wrote was the center stage, right? Going back to that center stage, right? Being the focal point, having this beam of light placed on you, having the spotlight, right? It's a balance with that because of the ego, right? As the sun symbol in astrology looks like a circle and a dot, right? So that is the ego, right? That is the heart. That is yourself. That is the center of the solar system, right? Is the sun, right? So it is that ego, and being mindful of that ego and how the ego works, as the ego can work for your best benefit, for your highest benefit, or the ego can be very manipulative and tricky. But it's all going back to the mind. So being mindful of your mind and minding your own mind, so people aren't minding what's yours, and that's your mind. Okay. um so yeah, just really tapping into this aspect of yourself, and like I said, being self-centered, right? As there's a polarity with that. You can be self-centered in an egotistical way, or be centered in yourself, being more grounded with yourself, being more whole and operating from your heart, and being more balanced at this time, operating from harmony at this time. Okay. Tapping into your higher self and your lower self, your masculine, your feminine, your inner child, and your shadow. As these are all different facets within all of us. Okay. The macro and the micro, okay, the exo and the esoteric, right? The metaphysics and the science, right? It's all polarity, but it's all relevant. And the more we get in tune with each side of the spectrum, the better it is. I had a great friend tell me one time, you study one, you only know one, right? You only know one, you study one, you study none, you know none, right? So the more you know, the more you grow, the more you elevate. All right. And this isn't a sense of trying to know everything, is just know whatever calls to your heart, whatever you feel called to study, whatever you feel called to tap into, do a little bit of research on it, right? Do your own research, have your own receipts, right? So that way you know what you're talking about and we're not just regurgitating things, right? This is why I love to take notes and do my own research. I mean, come on now. We master students out here. So we are elevating and putting in the work that it takes to elevate, whether that be spiritual, whether that be physical, right? We're doing the work. So shout out to Soul Tribe, shout out to everybody who put in the work and to grow. Okay. Um um Also, I said serious energy, going back to that 8-8, right? That Lion's Gate, right? The Lion's Gate portal, that 8-8, that dog days of summer, that August, hot August nights energy, as that is that underworld, that is that Anubis, right? And that is attributed to um I'm getting Gemini and Sagittarius energy, as Gemini is the portals, the two, right? The pillars, right? And Sagittarius is also that fire energy to that higher self, the higher wisdom, the higher knowledge. So as we, like I said, we're in the middle of that energy. And this is going to be a huge pivotal point as this Syrian energy from the Sirius star system comes down during this 8-8 portal. Is going to open us up to more gifts, to more of ourselves, more DNA being upgraded, more past life memories coming online, more ancestral um, guidance coming in for us, more help. Also, like this aquatic ET, extraterrestrial, alien, angel, light energy coming in to help us, whatever you want to call it. Okay, your spirit guides, all right, getting more spirit guides on your team, getting more help, getting more elevated. Okay, so it's whoa, it's a lot coming in with that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. We're gonna say that one for later, but you already know we tapped in. So whatever you work with, there's gonna be a time that you get more help and you get more in tune with that energy. Whether it's just you and source, your relationship with source is gonna be stronger and more connected and more precise than ever at this time. Okay. And then I got I am that I am, going back to that source energy, as we are what we are, right? And it doesn't have to be the sense of explanation. I'm hearing Erica Badu, if we were made in his image, then call us by our names, right? Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same, right? So it's like we are who we are, and we are tapping into our essence, which is this godlike essence, which is this divine source creator essence. As we can create whatever we want, we can will in whatever we want in this realm of reality. As we are made in the divine's image, right? We are reflections of the divine, we are reflections of one another, and we have to continue to operate from that light. Okay. Um, and then I put let other forms exist but I rule, right? So this is giving me a sense of outside things, things outside of us, right? But having full control of self and knowing who you are and not letting outside things determine who you are, right? Determine your path, dictate your path. People can kind of give you insight, give you constructive criticism to help you out, but that at the end of the day, you rule your own mind. You have control of self, and you're able to do whatever it is that you truly want. Um, so use that energy, use that power, use that will for good at this time. Okay. Um, Also, I got like vitality. I got a lot of energy, a lot of energetic shifts, a lot of upgrades. I also got, wow, that's crazy. I wrote these notes down yesterday, and I kept getting solar plexus activations because vitality is all about that energy center, right? That solar plexus, the solar flares, right? The sun, right? So that this is going to be a huge time of power being activated within us, that vitality energy activated within us. And I was also getting like the root chakra being activated, right? Being purged, being cleansed, and that sacral chakra being activated, being purged, being cleansed. So just be mindful of that, and stay grounded, and move this energy through your body the best way that you can. I'm getting like Kundalini. So dancing, moving, grounding, as this will be a huge ascension process for the collective as we um go from bronze to silver to gold, right? So that golden energy, that golden aura, that golden age, that golden aura, that heart of gold energy, as the sun, that AU represents gold as well. Okay. So just be open and be aware of all of this energy as we are all upgrading. Okay. And the sense of having love for yourself, right? As I love love, right? And that's that's a whole nother thing, right? Because we as love and light beings, we love love, but we we are the ones who get hurt the most, right? Because we are so open with our hearts, we are so giving, we give selflessly. But this is a time to mind our energy, and it's okay to be selfish with our energy sometimes, as we have to make sure that we are good, our cups are full before we try to pour into anything or anyone else at this time, okay? But the people who love love will be highlighted at this time, and we'll be coming together with others who love love, who operate from love. Okay. Um, Also, I got this sense of beauty and crown adornment. Okay, so being crowned, being tapped into our royal rulership, as we are divine royal rulers. We are co-created with the divine. We are creative rulers. We just, our culture rules everything, it runs everything. And this is a time where we take back our power, take back our monetization, take back our royalties, right? Literally our royalties, right? So we tapping into that essence at this time. Also drinking teas, and I'm getting like t-shirts. I don't know. So a huge time for clothing, a huge time for herbalism. As royalties just threw me in a whole multi-dimensional like meaning for that, right? Royalties, right? The royalty that we are, a royalty, like a royal t-shirt, and then some royalty. Okay. So y'all tap in. I don't know who that was for. We giving out gems on here, business ideas, whatever. Y'all tap in, okay? But yeah, this will be a time of royalty, right? And leadership and superstar power, okay? Also, um, I got this wheel of fortune energy. I've been picking up on this wheel turning, the wheel spinning. And a vision came to me where the wheel was turning and it stopped, and then it started to go back, right? So things are going back to the way that they used to be. Okay, the royal rulers are back, right? The ancient ancestors are back, reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies. Okay, I don't know, but the messages is coming through. Okay, so just be mindful of who you are and whose you are. All right, so getting in tune with knowing ourselves and not being afraid to express that at this time. Okay. Woo! All right, let me see. Let me plug this up as your girl. Y'all know I be All right. Okay. Okay. So let's get it. All right, now let's get back into it. So, yeah, I really got this Wheel of Fortune energy, this medicine wheel energy, and this Dharma energy as I was flipping through one of my books on a random page, and the wheel and came up, and I was like, okay, medicine wheel, Dharma, karma, healing, right? Healing yourself. This is the time of healers, right? A rise of the healers, right? Rise of the rulers, rise of the shamans, rise of the light star seeds, rise of the indigos, rise of the high priests, rise of the magi, rise of yourself, right? Rise in consciousness. This is where things are taking off. This is where grand ascension happens. So just be optimistic and be open to this energy. Okay. I also got like this five energy, right? So the five senses being enhanced, being mindful of what you're consuming at this time, right? And consumption isn't just what you're eating, consumption is smell, right? So our sense of smell will be upgraded. Senses is hearing. So our hearing will be attuned, right? A sense of feeling, what we feel, um, a sense of tasting, a sense of what we're watching, what we're looking at, right? Our crown, that fifth sense, that sixth sense, right? All of those clairs. So this is the time where we're going to be upgraded and activated. Okay, just be mindful of that. Also got, yeah, the fifth element, right? As We are ether, we are spirit, right? A lot of people have so many different perspectives on what the fifth element is, right? But we know the four elements, right? Earth, fire, wind, and water, right? But there is also space, right? There's also time. There's also spirit. There's also the soul. There's also ether, right? And we are etheric beings, right? Those nine ether beings that are tapping into our cosmic royal rulership at this time, right? Tap into our cosmic power as we are made up of stardust, right? We are the star seeds here to nourish and help um, Gaia at this time. And we all came here on a mission and we're being activated and remembering that at this time. And that comes with a lot of things, right? Releasing things, upgrades, knowing who you are, doing the inner work, um being peaceful, being blissful. So it's a lot of different things that comes with this energy and getting back into who you are. We just got to remember to stay open and optimistic at this time. Okay. um then I also got the heart of a lion or the paw of a lion, right? And the heart of a lion, just being courageous, having courage and not being afraid, right? Like I said, tapping back into that spiritual warrior. And I'm also seeing the Leo, I mean, the strength card in tarot as she puts her hand inside of the mouth of the lion. She doesn't have any fear, and the lion is licking her hand. The lion is adorning her, but it also is this eight symbol, the infinity symbol over her head, as she is one with the divine creator and has no fear, as we are infinite beings at this time and connected to the most high. All right. Also, the sign of Leo looks like the tail of a lion, right? Or it could be centered in the heart, as it looks like the heart space, right? So having a backbone, going to that backbone, that tail, right? Because the tail is the bone connected to the spine, right? Which is that backbone. So having a backbone, like I said, being courageous, right? Mama ain't raised no punk, mama ain't raised no sucker, right? So this is about having courage and fighting for justice, fighting for what you believe in, and picking and choosing your battles wisely, as this is a war. We don't have to win every battle because there's a bigger picture here at play. Okay. Um, and then the king, right? The king of the jungle or the queen of the jungle, right? Just maneuvering through energies, maneuvering through obstacles with grace and ease, and being open to energetic shifts, right? Because the king is king of the jungle is someone who rules, right? It's someone who's mastered themselves. Also, the king and the queen is someone who is honored by the collective, and or emperor or empress is honored and valued by the collective and the community because of their works, because of their loyalty, because of their royalty, because of their giving heart, right? So there's a lot of different things that will be coming into play at this time. It's just about us remembering that and tapping into that energy. All right. Now we can get into the chart. Those are just a few of my notes. Okay, now we're gonna tap into the chart aspect of this. And you guys, please excuse my neighbors next door as they, this is life. We in real life. And I'll be one take Jake in it. All right. I don't do no edits, no cuts. So we're gonna get into the real, this is real life, y'all. This is okay. So we're gonna tap into the chart and we're gonna see as I break down a chart with you guys today, doing things a little different. We switching it up. And yeah, it's a good vibe, high vibes as we tap into this new upgraded sense of self. But here is the chart, you guys, for this beautiful Leo energy, Leo season energy. All right. So as you can see, immediately we have the sun in Leo at 0 degrees. All right. We also have Mercury in Leo retrograde with 14 degrees. So I love this because immediately, as soon as I looked at this, I got so many downloads. Like it's so much coming up. It was so much coming out. Um, But the main thing that I said was we're going back to communication with the heart, and we're focusing on divine communication with ourselves, with our higher selves, with that Leo and the sun and Mercury being in Leo at this time. Okay. Um, Also, we have the moon in Jupiter in Cancer, right? So the moon in Jupiter in Cancer is right here. All right. And it's all about tapping into your healing yourself. How are you healing yourself? How are you healing the generation? How are you growing in healing at this time? Okay. So I said expansion in your intuition, healing, nourishment, watching the waves. Okay. And the waves of yourself, the waves of energy, the waves of your emotions, okay? Watching the water. This could be flood of emotions, right? This could be floods in the physical. So just being mindful of this energy at this time. All right. Things coming up to the surface. All right. So this could be things within yourself, things within the community, things within people, things within the solar system. It's gonna be a lot. It's a whole lot of things that's gonna be coming to the surface. All right. New land, right? So this is expansion on land, expansion on your ancestors, expansion in the roots as things are growing and blooming. All right. I also got like this volcano energy. So volcanoes making new land as they explode, right? That is that fire and that water aspect at play again, as things have to be released in order to make new beginnings happen, right? That death for that rebirth at this time. Okay. And I said, watch the water and watch the land. Okay. Also, I got this great 000 energy. And it gave me like the great reset, a divine reset and a rebirth. And I said that because the sun is at 0 degrees, Cancer is at 0 degrees, and Uranus is at 0 degrees. And I was like, whoa. Whoa, baby, this energy ain't no play. Okay, so we getting a great divine reset. Um, and meaning that there's unlimited possibilities as we have Uranus in Gemini, Venus in Gemini. There is unlimited possibilities, is limitless opportunities, and it's infinite opportunities as we connect to the infinite, as we are infinite. And there will be unexpected things happening, like unexpected love values, unexpected unique love, unexpected unique opportunities, unexpected unique money, okay? And values of our mind and communication and divine intervention and divine abundance happening at this time. All right. Um, and there would just be a lot of love. The main thing that I kept getting was love and abundance of love, right? This could be a new love cycle for you. And that could be with yourself, that could be with people, that could be with the divine. It's just a whole upgraded sense of self at this time, okay? Um, Also, a new season, right? So a new season of everything, right? We're just entering in this new cycle with that 000. All right. And then I said I'm doubling down on it, right? I triple down. I go all in on what on my little predictions, okay? Because everything that I've been saying has been coming to pass. All right. And if you guys are been tapping into your intuition, tapping into your gifts, tapping into your dreams, tapping into your beliefs, you guys have been seeing things that you get inclination on coming to pass as well. Well, what was that? I just heard some energy behind me, y'all. Yeah, it's going down and up all at the same time. All right. But yeah, I said it's gonna be a lot of abundance, a lot of opportunities. This is a portal of love, a portal of new love, and this is a season of love. Okay. So there will be lots of options coming in when it comes to soulmates, partnerships, relationships, opportunities with people, opportunities with things and gifts. Be mindful and choose wisely, chosen one. And Spirit came through and wrote that on my notes. It said, choose wisely, chosen one. Okay. Past lessons will play a big part in this season. So follow your heart and your spirit to balance and then go. Okay. Because you got the green light. All right. Um, Also, we have Saturn and Neptune in Aries retrograde, right? That's right here. And I said this would be great karmic retribution, okay? Good and bad, depending on the work that you've put in. So if you've been putting in a lot of good karma, you're going to receive a lot of good karma. If you've been putting in a lot of BS, you're going to get some BS, okay? So this is all about what you already been doing. And like I said, if this message really resonates, you're already seeing a payout from that karmic retribution, from whatever you've been putting in your karmic bank, your spiritual bank, your physical bank. This is payout, all right? Okay. Um, and this will play out for the next 3 years, right? That was just a channeled message that I got while doing this breakdown. And Spirit kind of showed me, well, why would this play out for 3 years? Because Saturn and Neptune is trine the sun in Mercury and is going to be in Aries for a while, but it's going to be trining this energy for a little bit. So we're going to be feeling these energies for a while. And also, Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, and then next year is going to go into Leo. So yeah, it's going to be a few years of this energy that is felt with this karmic retribution, especially if you've been putting in a lot of work over the years. You're going to see a lot of payout over the years as well. Okay. Then not only do we have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, we also have Chiron. Last but not least, we got little old Chiron. So this is healing your wounds of the mind and to grow and go within to ascend at this time. Okay. Um, and that is also attributed to that Mars in Virgo, right? As you go within to ascend, tapping into your past, tapping into your shadows, and not being afraid or ashamed how you're healing and how you show up as your authentic self. And I say that because we have Lilith in Scorpio, right? And this is a huge generational shift within the collective as Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius too. So we all feeling this energy. The whole generation is feeling this energy. The whole cosmos is feeling this energy. And there's also a fixed axis cross that is being activated. And I say that because we have Uranus right on the cusp, right, of Taurus and Gemini, right? And Taurus is that fixed sign. Then we have the sun in Leo, which is a fixed fire sign. Then we have Scorpio, which is fixed water. And then we have Aquarius, which is fixed air. So this is all about tapping into I will have what I desire, right? I know I am a creative ruler. Shout out to Sister Myra. Shout out to Professor Melanie, as those are things that they have taught and those are things that they teach. And that's how you tap into this power and tap into mastering yourself and knowing who you are, by knowing you will have what you desire. I will have what I desire. And I know I am a creative ruler. That's tapping into the axis, that fixed cross axis energy. All right. All right. And being proud of your authentic self, having no fear. This will be a huge generational shift and change. Um, and yeah, this is just a new foundation that is being set, right? Um, Within all of us, for us to ascend. And the foundation is set as we have this reset. Okay. So grounding is going to be very essential as the Schumann resonance is spiking. So we want to take in all of that energy. Like I said, the solar flare is going off as well. There will be earthquakes. There will be more earthquakes. I believe Alaska just had an earthquake. So watch out for that. There will be tsunamis. There will be volcanoes. There will be weather anomalies. There will be hurricanes. There will be thunderstorms, sandstorms. We're going to see a lot of things that happen during this time. Okay. Just be mindful. There will be records set with weather, and history will be made. All right. That's just something that I got just by looking at this chart. I also got 3, 4, and 5. And I got that because of this alignment down here. This 0 in the third sign, this 0 in the fourth sign, and the 0 in the fifth sign. So also something taking off, something building up, and growing and glowing and blooming at this time. Um, Also, just staying in tune with yourself and mastering your mind, as this will be a time of things coming full circle and something coming down, right? So something coming down, something and I don't know, this could be something coming within yourself coming down, right? Your something downloads. This could be information from the cosmos. I just really got this huge cosmic energy coming in to the collective at this time. And then also, this chart to me, like when I look at the chart, it looks like a little cup. Like it looks like a little cup or something opening up, right? It looks like something is open, right? So this is all about opening up the heart chamber. Um, and something being released, right? Something being released and something coming in, because when something is open, that's an opportunity for things to come in, and that's an opportunity for things to come out, right? I'm also getting like this cracking of this egg, the cracking of the cosmic egg, the cracking of the firmament, the cracking of the earth, right? So it's going to be a huge shift within the earth and the cosmic realm. All right. I just got that vision. And something is opening up. Right. And then when I looked at it again, I just kept staring at it. It looks like Pac-Man, y'all. So something coming in, getting ate up. All right. To level up, going up in levels, leaving these ghosts behind. We eating these ghosts of the past to level up. And we've been on our mission. And as we level up, things get harder, right? It's just giving me the Pac-Man, right? I ain't gonna do the other sound because that'd be that gop gop, and we're not getting into gop gop today, okay? But a new cycle is opening up to you. This is the level up. All right, you guys. That's the energy that I got for the chart. Let's close this out and tap into meditation. Okay. So I also had tapped into a meditation. So those were just notes, intuitive notes that I got. Also um doing the chart. And then I also went into a meditation for this energy. And this was probably one of the most profound. It's like every season the channel messages get more profound and more profound and more profound. Okay. So with this meditation, soon as I went into a meditation, I did a deep sigh of like release, right? So that gave me a sense of us releasing, earth releasing, the universe releasing, things just being released at this time, okay? And this sigh of relief, right? This pressure um being released from the earth, being released from the cosmos, and being released for us. So get ready for a huge purge, okay? On all levels, right? Because it isn't just about us. It's about the collective, it's about the earth, it's about the universe. So there's things that are happening cosmically, interdimensionally, in us and outside of us. So just be mindful of that, okay? And soon as I like did this sigh of relief, my it was weird because my arm had went to sleep. And as soon as I tapped into the meditation, my arm started to awake, right? And it was my left arm. And so that's things that's coming in. So we're awakening to our power, we're restoring our power, we're coming back into our power at this time. Okay. Your power is coming back after being asleep. We are waking up after being asleep. Okay. Um, and and then I closed my eyes and I sat back, and my whole head started to shake, and I've never had that happen. So I said, okay, that was confirmation on the earthquake energy that I was channeling in. So there will be earthquakes, okay? Big earthquakes, numerous places. um I don't know, I got LA while doing this breakdown. So like I said, I don't do fear mongering videos. All the videos that I do are here to enlighten the collective, and we don't talk about problems without talking about solutions. So just stay ready, and if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So that looks like preparing, that looks like packing up bags, that looks like having water, that looks like getting all your survival kit stuff and just leaving it by the door, so when it's time to go, you ready. That's it, and that's all right. Okay, now. All right. And then I seen a cross. I seen a fixed axis cross. And then like I said, it started to like turn and then rotate back. So that gave me that wheel of fortune energy. That gave me things are shifting, things are going back. The pole flip, the pole reverse, the reversal of the winds, the reversal of the waters, everything is going back to its old cosmic ancient ways. Okay. Then stars are forming, okay, because I seen like a star being formed, okay. So stars are being born, stars are being formed, stars are taking their place, right? The real true stars, the real true royal rulerships and royal rulers, and stars is like, it's so many levels to a star, right? The sun is a star, right? We are stars, we have that fire within us. Also the sense of this enlightenment, right? I'm getting like Venus in the devil energy, as those are the light bearers, the light bringers, and these all have polarities to them, as is a sense of power and enlightenment. So the more light you take in, the more light you're able to reflect, okay, and tapping into that healing, high vibrational love and abundance energy with that star power. Um, and using your power for good and never abusing your power. Okay. And then I started to see this star. I seen the star like waddling. It was waddling like a little baby. And then I seen a road pop up. So the star started to walk down this road, right? So I don't know. That's like a metaphor for a lot of different things. So we are on our journey. We're walking on our path. We are being illuminated, and our path is illuminated. Our path is open. This field is open to us to create whatever reality that we want at this time. Okay. Um, then I seen a Z, and Z is the 26th letter of the alphabet, which always makes me think of the ending of cycles, the ending of things, and valuing our health and our wealth as 2 and 6. 2 is all about the values, 2 is all about that partner, 2 is all about that building, 2 is about wisdom, right? And then 6 is about that health, that wealth, that knowledge, that service, that perfectionism, and how are we perfecting ourselves, how are we help healing ourselves, but also not getting caught up in an illusion of that, as we are not perfect, right? Being perfect is a sense of an illusion. And then also going back to the 8, because 6 and 2 equals 8, and tapping back into our power as we transmute, as we transcend, as we grow, as we blossom, as we bloom at this time, okay? With that Z. Z also is like that zigzag energy, right? As things are transforming, that zigzag energy is that mountaintop, but also that low peak is also divine essence of divine energy. So this is like divine coming in as things are being terraformed at this time and things are shifting at this time, okay? Then I also seen the letter N, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay, so that's the 19th letter. Wow. Wait, no. 14th letter, excuse me. So N is the 14th letter, and that is one. One is self. Four is values, right? So how your self values, how is your self nourishment? How is your self foundation? How are you nourishing yourself? How are you pouring into yourself at this time? And 14 is a divine number. I keep getting like this 14 energy. So it is all about the alchemy, that is all about the balance of things, that is all about being tranquil and being in peace and going within, right? As that in is also going within, and also the end of something, right? And then that 5, 1 + 4 = 5, and 5 is all about change. 5 is all about being open to new things and opening up to your heart, and basking in this new energy and this new shifts that we are tapping into at this time. And then I seen Z and N, and it made me season. So it made me think of like a new season that we're entering in at this time. So this is most definitely a huge shift, a huge time for change as we're going into a new season. And I love that I got these two letters because the Z is looked at as a Z, but if you flip it, it looks like an N. So this is like the flip of something, and this is the end of something, literally, with the Z being the last letter, the end of the alphabet, and the letter N being the N. Okay. And also going within, right? So it's a lot. It's a lot with just those two letters that I got. But I got like season, like the Z and the N, the season, right? So this is a huge season for change. Okay. And then I got it's time. The time is now. Okay. And then I closed my eyes again because I was writing down as I was getting the messages. And as soon as I closed my eyes, I seen a portal and I seen energy shoot through a portal like a light beam. So again, like I said, this could be solar flares, this could be things entering our realm, this could be things entering in your atmosphere, entering in your energy, just a lot of different things that could be coming through a portal, right? A lot of star seeds being born. And then as I kept honing in on the energy, I seen a person come through this portal after energy. So it's kind of like shooting your shot and somebody coming in, busting open a firmament and things coming in, things being cracked open. I'm also getting like a yoni, like the birth of something, like when the water breaks and someone comes through. Okay, so something is coming through a portal. It could be you busting through a portal. It could be energetic shifts. It's a lot of different things with this energy. And then I don't know why, but I just kind of got, I don't know, did I get scared? I don't know what happened, but it was something that happened and I was like, whoa. I think I just was kind of in and out the channel and I just wrote it down. And then spirit showed me that this was in the middle of a galaxy. And I was like, well, who or what is this energy? Right. Because I came out of the channel because I was like, whoa, like I just seen something come through a portal. Like that's a bit different for me. But I was like, okay, what is it and who is it? And then I heard spirit say the creative rulers. So it's the creative rulers that are coming through the portal. It's the creative rulers that are rising in power and coming through. Then I seen a baby in a carriage, and the carriage was open, and then spirit said it is done. And then I seen a diamond, and then I seen a merkaba, right? So this is where we ascend, this is where we take off, this is where we tap into our power. And then I also seen the star of David, which is the fire sign and the water sign together. And it just gave me the sense of we are elevating, we are activating, we are ascending, we are taking off, we are divinely protected, we are divinely guided at all times. So just stay in this beautiful, optimistic energy as we are in this Leo season, and this is where things kick off. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of abundance, a lot of upgrades, a lot of purging, a lot of shifts. And we just have to sit back and enjoy the ride, okay? So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out my website, newdiamonds.net. If you feel generous, want to donate, my Cash App is New Diamonds 101. And all of that is in the description box below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. And I love y'all. Peace, wholeness, love, and light. Until next time, guys.